So dear students, so today we learn regarding the blood group testing. So aim of the practical is the main purpose of the conducting this experiment is to understand the basic concept of ABO blood group system and to know our blood group and type. So regarding the material requirement, we require the toothpicks, blood sample, alcohol swab, lancet, a clean glass slide, sterile cotton balls, then biohazard disposal container and monoclonal antibodies anti-A, anti-B or anti-D. So anti-A consists of antibody A, anti-B consists of antibodies B and anti-D it consists of the antibodies D or antibodies H. So these are the monoclonal antibodies. So these are play an important role in the determinations of the blood groups. So first we can go for the principles of blood grouping. So dear students, as you know, so RBC they are play an important role in the determinations of the blood groups because so RBC is also consist of the plasma membrane. Okay, so the plasma membranes, you know, they are made up of the carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, phospholipids and glycolipids and glycoproteins. So here the glycolipids, certain glycolipids, so they are the acts as a antigens. Okay, so in the plasma membranes of RBC as well as each and every cell, so they are consist of the millions of the antigens. So among few antigens, so those are present in the RBC, so they are helpful for the determinations of the blood groups. So that determinations of blood group is helpful for further in the case of the accident, surgery or any emergency. So where it was helpful for the transferations of the blood from one person to the another person. So regarding the antigens, so those are present in the membranes of RBC. So they are mainly two types. Okay, that is the antigen A, antigen B. So these are main. So along with antigen A and antigen B, so another antigen is present. So that was known as the antigen H or rhesus monkey factor. First we can concentrate so regarding the antigen A or antigen B. So dear students, the antigens are also known as the agglutinogens. If the RBC, if they having the antigen A means, so that blood group is a blood group A. If the RBC membrane, if it is having antigen B means, so that blood group is a B. If that RBC containing both antigen A and B means, so that blood group is a AB. If both are absent, that is both antigen A and antigen B is absent means, so that blood group is a O. So along with antigen A and B, so another antigen present, so that antigen is known as the antigen H or rhesus factor or rhesus monkey factor because it was first isolated from the rhesus monkey, so that's why it was known as the rhesus factor or RH factor. If that antigen present means, so that all blood group is positive. For example, the antigen A and antigen H present means that blood group is A positive. If antigen A present but RS factor is not present means, so that blood group is a negative. So like that the blood group may be categorized on the basis of RS factor, that is positive and negative, that is A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, O negative. Then concerned with the regarding the antibodies in our blood, those are known as the also agglutinin. So these are play an important role in the transformations of the blood from one person to the another person. So dear students, if the person having antigen A, so in their plasma that person can consist of the antibody B. So that's why the A blood group persons can donate the blood to A people only or AB. Okay, he can donate the blood to A and as well as AB, but the A blood group person can refuse the blood due to presence of antibodies in their blood from only A or O. Okay, So next one, so regarding the blood group B, so that person consists of antibody A, so that's why he can donate the blood to the B group as well as AB group, but he can receive the blood from B blood group and O group. So regarding the AB, so these person do not containing any antibodies, but they containing both antigen A and B. So that's why, so due to both antigen A and B, he can donate the blood to only AB blood group. But so lack of these antibodies, because the AB blood group person do not have any antibodies. So to lack of agglutinin or antibody, he can receive the blood from A, B, AB, O. It means he can receive the blood from all blood group peoples. Okay, so that's why those people they having the blood group AB, and such blood group is known as the universal beggar or universal acceptor. So regarding the blood group O, that blood group O do not contain any antigens. There is no antigen A and there is no antigen B. So that's why he can donate the blood to the all blood group A, B, AB and O. But he can receive the blood from only O and O only. Okay, so that's why those blood group O are there. So those people are, that blood group is known as the universal donor, because he can donate to the blood to the all people but receives only from the O. That also apply to the for case in the both for positive and negative. Positive people can donate to the positive peoples only, they do not donate the negative people, but negative people, blood group people, they can donate the positive as well as the negative in the respective chat. Okay, but the O negative blood group, he can donate the blood to the all AB, ABO positive as well as A negative, B negative, AB negative, O negative. But O negative, he can receive the from blood from only O negative. But O positive, he can receive the blood from O positive as well as O negative. That's why the O negative blood group people, they are the more rarer. So those people, if they having the O negative mean, they can take the special precautions. Unnecessarily they should be avoid the loss of the blood from the body. Okay, so they take the special precautions to avoid the accident or incident that was responsible to cause of the loss of blood. So the O negative blood group, they are rare. Only few peoples in the world they are the present. Okay, only around 5% people, so they will be having the O negative. So this is the principles regarding the determinations of the blood group or blood grouping. So next one, so regarding the procedure, take a clean slide and draw a 3 circles. Okay, that is a circle 1, circle 2, circle 3, and circle 1 is denoted as A. Circle B, that is circle second, is denoted as a B, and circle third is denoted as a D. So these are the monoclonal antibodies. Okay, so these are the monoclonal antibodies, that is the antibody A or anti-A. It consists of antibody A, its color is a blue in color. So this bottle denotes the anti B, it consists of monoclonal antibodies B, it is a yellow in color, and this it is anti D, it consists of the monoclonal antibody D or H, it is a white in color. And these marking was helpful for to place the, so these solution in the respective circles. So dear students, so after marking, so anti A or monoclonal antibodies A you can put here. Okay, one small ml. Okay, well, that is a 0.1 ml you can put here, and antibody B or anti B it can put here in a small drop. So with the help of the droppers, and in the circle D you can drop the, that is the anti D solutions in the circle D, and the keep the slide safely without any disturbing. Means these solutions you should be avoid intermixing. That's why you keep the distance between the 3 circle, or you can use the 3 slides. One slides for A, one slide for B, one slide for D. If you do not have the 3 slides means you can use a single slide, but where you can maintain the proper distance between these drops. They do not intermix, otherwise the result will be occurs in the false. In the next step, now you whip your ring finger, okay, because so that ring finger is directly having the blood circulations from the heart, okay, so that's why, so where we can got the sufficient blood for the experiments. So that's why you can clean the whip finger, so with the help of the alcohol swab, because to avoid the micro infections or bacterial infections during the pricking. Okay, gently massage your finger, okay, so that was helpful for the depositions of food in the tip of the ring finger. Okay, then after that, with the help of the blood lancet, okay, you can see in the image, so with the help of the blood lancet, you make a small prick on your finger to got a one blood drop. Okay, so first blood drop we can be discard because it consists of the excess of the plasma. Otherwise, if you directly taken means, so there is no problem regarding the determination of blood group. But in the case of WC count, in the case of hemoglobin count, where we can got the false results. So on those cases where you can determine the hemoglobin, where you can determine the RBC count, WC count, differential count, you should be withdraw the first drop. But in the case of blood grouping, there is no need to discard the first blood drop. Okay, so you can massage or you can ring press your ringer, you can got the one big blood drop. So then later on, okay, so on the slide, so where we can marking with the A, B and D, they are consist of the solution, that is mark A consist of monoclonal antibody A solution, and mark B consist of monoclonal antibody B solution, and mark D consist of monoclonal antibodies, that is the anti-serum D. So then after pricking, you can put one drop in the respective circle. It means you totally you can withdraw the, you can hose the blood out regarding the 3 drops. One drop put on A without touching the solution, then second drop will be put on circle B, and third drop you should be put on the drop D. Okay, so then after that you can got the sufficient blood to the respective circle. You can use the cotton swab alcohol, you can put on your pricking surface area to avoid the further hemorrhage. So after that you can mix the blood sample. So with the help of the toothpick, you can take the 3 toothpick or sticks, and one used for only to the point A to mix the very well. Okay, then second toothpick used for to mix on the point B, that is the blood with the solution. Okay, mix very well, then discard that toothpick. Then third stick you can mix the solution with the D antibodies in the D. Okay, so like that you can mix the solution, so with the respective anti-serum or monoclonal antibody A, B and D, and here you can wait for 2 minutes to got a result. Okay, you need to wait for 2 minutes to get the result or to observe the, so where the clot can be occurs, because so our blood containing antigen, okay, already you are putting solution antibodies. If your blood containing antigen A means it can react with the antibody A, then antigen antibody reaction is occurs, so here the clot is occurs. And here if antibody B is present means it can react with the antibody, if here antigen A, B is present means it can react with the antibody B and clot is forms. If here the antigen H is present in the blood means, so that can react with the antibody H, and here the clot is occur. So that's why after 2 minutes you can note down the blood clumping or clot. Okay. So next one, regarding the observation, you can note down the circles. So dear students, if the clump is occurs, okay, that is clump nothing but the clot is occurs in the blood circle A, not in circle B. It means so that blood group is a A. Only clump is occurs in the A side, mean the antigen is present. But in the B circle there is no clumping. Clot or blood cannot be separated like a curd. Okay, so like a curd, it cannot be separated. It means there is no antibody antigen B is present. Only here the blood is separated like a precipitations, like a coagulations, or like a that is a clot or a curd like become the blood becomes the curd like when mixing with the antigen A. So it denotes the antigen A is present in that blood group. So that's why so that blood group is A. Or if no clumping on side circle A but clumping on circle B, okay, the clot is occur on circle B but clot is not do not occur in circle A, so then so that blood group is a B blood group. Okay, or if there is no clumping in both side, it indicates that is a clumping in both side, both inside the clump is occurs, the clot is occurs, means the both antigens are present, antigen A is present, so that's why it can react to the antibody A, and here the antigen B is present, it can react with the antibody B in the circle B, then the both side the clumping is occurs, clot is occurs, so that's why so that blood group is a B. Or if no clump on circle A means the antigen A is absent, and also so there is no clump on circle B means the antigen B is also absent. So that's why so that blood group is blood group O. Okay, so then regarding you can note down the after that you can note down the circle D. If the clump is occurs in the circle D means so that all blood group is a positive blood group. If no clumping is occurs in circle D means so all the blood group is a negative. So that's why the circle D it is helpful for to denote the whether it is a positive blood group or negative blood group. But circle A it is helpful for the determinations of the antigen A, and circle B it is helpful for the determinations of antibody B. And whatever solutions we are putting in the circle A, circle B, circle D, circle A solution containing monoclonal antibody B, then circle B that is monoclonal antibody A, and circle B that solutions can containing monoclonal antibody B, and circle D it consists of the monoclonal antibody H or G. If the respective antigen present means so then react with antigen antibody reaction is forms, then the clump is forms.